Imagine waking up not to car horns, not to sirens, not to the chaos of a western city, but to the soft ringing of a temple bell. The air is still, the only sound the shuffling of bare feet as orange-robed monks walk in single file down a sleepy street. It's sunrise in Laos, and the world feels like it's moving in slow motion. This is not Thailand with its neon nightlife. It's not Vietnam with its endless swarm of motorbikes. Laos feels almost otherworldly in its quiet. The capital, Vientiane, doesn't look or sound like a capital at all. Streets are lined with low buildings, French-style balconies, and cafes where nobody seems to be in a rush. The Mekong River drifts by like a living calendar, marking the rhythm of life in golden reflections at sunset. For a man coming from the West, where time is money and every day feels like a race, Laos is a shock. Not because it overwhelms you, but because it doesn't. Here, life feels human again. People sip coffee for hours without checking their phones. Children play by the roadside with sticks and wheels. Even the silence of the mountains seems to invite you to breathe differently. The question becomes, why is Laos so different, and what does this quietness mean for someone seeking adventure, connection, or maybe even romance in this forgotten corner of Asia? 1. Geographic and political overview. A small nation between giants, Laos is the kind of country you don't stumble into by accident. Tucked in the heart of Southeast Asia, it's landlocked, squeezed between 5 heavyweight neighbors: Thailand to the west, Vietnam to the east, Cambodia to the south, Myanmar to the north, and China looming above them all. No coastline, no seaports, only rivers, forests, and mountains that isolate it from the modern rush. That geography has shaped its destiny. While its neighbors industrialized, modernized, and globalized, Laos stayed slower. Today, it remains one of the few communist states on Earth, officially led by the Lao People's Revolutionary Party. But, unlike China's strictness or Vietnam's watchful eye, Laos feels softer, less rigid, more like a country quietly minding its own business. This means stability, no wars, no political chaos. But it also means limited growth, with fewer big cities and few international companies. Job opportunities are scarce. That might sound like a weakness, but it's also the very thing that makes Laos so unique. In a world racing forward, Laos stands still. And for the traveler, the dreamer, or the man searching for something beyond the modern grind, that stillness becomes its greatest gift. 2. Culture, religion, and history. Buddhism shapes the rhythm. There's one force shaping Laos more than geography or politics. It's Buddhism. Walk into any town and you'll find a temple called a Wat at its center. At dawn, lines of monks quietly collect alms, accepting sticky rice and fruit from villagers who kneel on sidewalks with bowed heads. It's not a tourist show, it's the heartbeat of Lao life. Theravada Buddhism, the oldest branch, teaches simplicity, patience, and detachment from excess. And you feel it everywhere. People rarely raise their voices. Smiles are soft, not flashy. Even business deals are slow, wrapped in long pauses and careful politeness. But history wasn't always this quiet. Laos once called itself the land of 1,000,000 elephants, a kingdom of power and prestige. Colonization by France, decades of war, and crushing poverty shrank that legacy into something more modest. Today, Laos doesn't compete with its neighbors for dominance, it chooses peace instead. Festivals bring that spirit to life. Songkran, the water festival in April, when streets become rivers of laughter and soaked shirts. Sticky rice, eaten with your hands, is shared across families like an unspoken contract of unity. For the foreign man, these traditions feel less like spectacle and more like invitation. You're not just watching culture, you're welcomed into it. 3. Beauty and personality of women. Gentle, reserved, and traditional Laotian women carry a quiet, natural kind of beauty. Not the neon glamour of Bangkok or the Instagram-ready style of Vietnam, but a timeless elegance rooted in tradition. You'll often see women wearing the sin, a long, patterned skirt, paired with modest blouses that reflect dignity and cultural pride. Their beauty is subtle, soft features, calm expressions, and an aura of serenity that matches the country itself. Personality-wise, they tend to be reserved at first, respectful in manner, but deeply warm once you've earned trust. Dating here is conservative, families are central, and casual relationships are rare outside tourist zones. Unlike Thailand's nightlife-driven dating scene, Laos emphasizes sincerity and patience. For Western men, this can be both a challenge and a charm. Women value character over flashiness, trust over surface-level attraction. Importantly, Laotian women are proud of their heritage. They are not westernized, nor are they chasing the latest trends. They embody a kind of grace that feels almost rare in today's world. For men seeking something authentic, grounded relationships built on tradition and respect, Laos reveals itself as a quiet, meaningful discovery. For daily life, cleanliness, attitudes, simplicity as a way of living life in Laos unfolds. Slowly, almost meditatively, even in Vientiane, the capital, the pace feels relaxed. Streets are calm, traffic is light, and evenings often see families gathering along the Mekong River, sharing food or strolling by the water. The air carries less stress, less noise than most Southeast Asian cities. Cleanliness is noticeable in towns and cities. You'll find less litter compared to regional neighbors. The rural villages remain basic. Attitudes toward foreigners are polite, curious, but not intrusive. Laotians generally don't push or hustle visitors, unlike in more tourist-saturated places. Instead, there's a respectful distance and unspoken understanding of personal space. For a foreign man, this simplicity feels refreshing. No one rushes you, no one pressures you. Life here is lived at a human scale. Laos invites you to slow down, to appreciate silence and stillness, to breathe easier in a world that often feels too fast. 5. Cost of living, wages, apartments, affordable but modest. Laos is inexpensive for Westerners, but its affordability is tied to modesty, not luxury. A bowl of noodle soup, sticky rice with grilled meat, or local beer might cost just $2 to $3, cheaper than a cup of coffee back home. Street food is hearty, filling, and central to daily life. Housing in Vientiane ranges from $300 to $500 a month for a modern one-bedroom apartment, while in rural towns, rents can drop to under $200. Utilities and internet are affordable, though infrastructure can be slow or inconsistent. Local wages, however, are extremely low. Many Laotians live on $150 to $250 per month, which explains the culture of simplicity and frugality. For foreigners, money stretches far, but expectations should be realistic. Laos doesn't offer Bangkok's high-rise condos, luxury malls, or fast-paced conveniences. Instead, it offers modest comfort in exchange for peace, quiet, and low stress. It's not a country for men chasing luxury nightlife or fast thrills, but for those who value calm, authenticity, and a slower rhythm of life. Laos offers one of the most affordable, human-scale lifestyles in Southeast Asia. 6. Nightlife, fun, alcohol, music, quiet nights, gentle beats. Laos is not a place of neon lights and endless parties. Its nightlife is calm, almost shy, reflecting the nature of its people. In Vientiane and Luang Prabang, you'll find a scattering of bars and small clubs, but most close by midnight. Here, the drink of choice is beer lao, sipped slowly with friends or strangers who quickly become friends. The atmosphere isn't about excess, but about presence. Music, too, has a gentleness to it. Acoustic guitars, soft pop ballads, and live bands fill the night air with something tender rather than loud. Occasionally, you'll stumble into traditional village festivals, with drums, dancing, and rice wine shared around the circle. It feels more like family than nightlife. For Western men, this may seem tame compared to Thailand's buzzing chaos. But that's precisely the charm. Nightlife here is about connection, not distraction. It's about sharing stories over drinks, laughing with new friends, or sitting quietly by the Mekong River as the city lights shimmer on the water. Imagine the soft hum of cicadas, a bottle of beer Lao in your hand, and the flow of the river, carrying away all sense of hurry. That's nightlife in Laos, simple, safe, and deeply human. 7. Safety, social freedom, laws. Respect the boundaries. Laos is one of the safer countries in Southeast Asia. Violent crime against foreigners is rare, and even petty theft is less common than in its busier neighbors. But safety here doesn't just mean streets without trouble, it means understanding the cultural lines that must not be crossed. Drugs are absolutely forbidden, penalties are harsh and uncompromising. Public drunkenness or disrespect toward monks and temples can land you in serious trouble. And while beer Lao is a part of life, getting drunk in public is frowned upon. Foreign men should also know dating here is traditional. Approaching a Laotian woman casually, without regard for family or community, is seen as disrespectful. Reputation matters and family approval is central. What might be playful in Bangkok could be offensive here. Politically, stay quiet. Don't discuss the government openly and avoid any form of protest or activism. The country values stability, and stepping into politics is not a foreigner's place. The message is simple: behave with humility, dress modestly, and respect local values. Do this, and Laos welcomes you with warmth, safety, and a gentle kind of freedom that feels protective, rather than restrictive. After weeks in Laos, something changes in you. This is not a country that overwhelms with spectacle. It does the opposite. It softens you. It slows your heartbeat. It makes you notice details that modern life often erases. At dawn, monks in saffron robes walk barefoot through the streets, collecting alms in silence. At sunset, the Mekong mirrors the sky in fiery orange, as families gather by the riverbank, children laughing freely. In the villages, smiles come slowly but sincerely. Once you've earned them, they stay with you. Life here is stripped down to essentials: food, family, friendship, and respect. For a man coming from the West, it feels like rediscovering something forgotten, that happiness doesn't need noise, speed, or excess. It only needs presence. The final image is cinematic: the scent of grilled lemongrass fish rising from a street vendor's fire, a barefoot monk walking past with quiet dignity, and cicadas humming in the warm night air. The Mekong flows endlessly, just as it has for centuries. Laos is not a place you conquer or consume. It's a place that lingers inside you, whispering softly even after you've gone. Quiet, gentle, unforgettable. It stays with you like a memory that refuses to fade.